Magic the Gathering is about to experience the biggest market crash the game has ever seen. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The magic historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends. I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered to discuss a very serious topic, the impending market crash of Magic the Gathering. Now, if I seem kind of grim in this video, bear in mind the subject matter's not a lot of fun, and I literally just had a root canal in the last 24 hours. You might be able to see the swelling over here on this side of the face and hear a little bit of wonkedness in my talking. But this is a big deal, and my mind has been chewing over it, and I can't wait any longer to talk about it. So I have a list of factors that are going to lead to this upcoming market crash, as well as what I believe are going to be the aftermath effects of it. So we'll start out by talking about all the different factors that are going to lead to this major market crash, and some of them aren't specifically related to Magic the Gathering. Some of this is the fault of Wizards, and some of this is completely out of their hands. The first thing on the list is the fact that straight up the economy is crashing. And the thing is, I don't even have to say where it's crashing because this isn't localized to one part of the world. This is essentially a worldwide phenomenon, right? We're dealing with a once-in-a-lifetime event that we have experienced and are now on the come down from, and it has caused massive turmoil across the globe, right? Inflation is soaring right upwards, obviously pushing the price of all of our products, not just Magic the Gathering, but everything in our lives. Our food, our rent, our gas prices are all going ba-bow straight to the moon, right? So you have this situation where more strain is being put on our money. On top of that, across the board, you're seeing things like people's investments being down everywhere. You might have seen what happened in the crypto sphere. It's absolutely wild over there because that is like the most speculative stuff I can think of in current times, with the exception of NFT insanity, right? So investments are crashing. Now, Magic the Gathering is an investment that people put money into, right? Not everybody considers it that way, but there are enough people doing that it is genuinely an aspect of the overall market. So that is one thing that you need to bear in mind. There are going to be a bunch of Magic players who have cards as investments. Their other investments are getting hammered. Inflation is soaring up, so it's time to move these cards out the door, right? Now, that mainly covers mostly the outer world effects. When you look at the inner world effects, and by that I mean specifically what's going on with Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast choices, first of all, straight out of the gate, we know there are too many products right now. We've seen what happens as a result of this. Unfinity was supposed to be in the product line that we saw already, right? It was supposed to be basically like Kamigawa, Capenna, Unfinity, you have Baldur's Gate, you got a bunch of secret layers shoved in there, you got Double Masters, and this is just the first chunk of the year. And even with Unfinity being delayed, we still feel this massive glut of product, right? On top of the glut of product, you have Wizards getting very aggressive with their pricing. Again, Baldur's Gate, the canary in the coal mine for a lot of this, right? It had a Commander Legends price tag, but didn't deliver on the Commander Legends experience. So essentially, it was a regular set that was being charged double the price for. And we can see this insane scenario where you have these cards that theoretically should be worth more, but instead, they are tanking horribly almost all the way across the board, right? And we'll get more into that when we talk about the overall effects. It's hard to fully divorce the cause without talking at least a little bit about the effect at the same time, right? So you've got this strategy where they're going nutso with the pricing. Then you've got another situation where reprint equity manipulation is going on, and this basically means that Wizards is paying a lot of attention to the secondary market, paying attention to when and where to put the reprints in a way to extract the most money from us while providing us the least opportunity for value. Commander Legends being a screamingly good example of that, right? The first one was solid. This second one we're looking at it and going, we got no Jeweled Lotus, you're putting the Imperial Seal, you're putting the Dockside over in Double Masters, Where's the juice for this set? So Wizards expected us to pay double for a non-juiced set based on the fact that they didn't want to put these particular reprints into the set. They wanted to keep that reprint equity. It's a big underlying thing that I think causes a lot of problems for Magic right now. I don't know exactly how big their financial team is that specifically does the analysis, taking a look at the secondary market, what to reprint and where, but you can see some very interesting and kind of disturbing decisions being made when you look at cards like Concordant Crossroads, right? Concordant Crossroads is going to be reprinted in Double Masters, but they're also reprinting it in a secret layer at the exact same time. And weirdly enough, with the June super drop that the Concordant Crossroads is a part of, Wizards of the Coast didn't do what they normally do and make this big article celebrating it, right? You can go to the secret layer website and read about all of them, but normally they trumpet this on the main site as well. They didn't do it this time. Now, on one hand, it could be, oh, maybe they don't have enough time for it, but not trumpeting a product like that to the heavens seems kind of a little suspicious to me. But when you take a look at the reprints like Concordant Crossroads, you go, maybe what they're trying to do is minimize the amount of people who are aware that Concordant Crossroads are going to be in both Double Masters and secret layers. Because what happens here is there are particular cards that you can reprint over and over, and they will take a little hit in value, but still keep swinging and coming back. So you can go, boom, let's do it again. Boom, let's do it again. Mana Drain is a great example of that. 2 blue mana to counter a spell and get mana equal to its casting cost in a world where mana burn doesn't exist is incredibly broken. So yes, every time they reprint it, it's going to take a bit of a hit, right? But there's going to be a bunch of people who want it, they're going to run out, and it may in some ways increase demand. Now, Concordant Crossroads is a different beast. It's super expensive, but that's just because it's super hard to come by. It's been rarely printed in the game. Its initial printing was all the way back in the 90s, but Wizards knows that this is the type of reprint that once they make it, it's going to tank the price way down because Concordant Crossroads doesn't have the same kind of organic demand that a genuinely amazing card like Mana Drain does. So what they do is they go, when we reprint Concordant Crossroads, it's going to tank. So we need to find a way to milk even more money out of this. We put it in a secret layer and Double Masters at the same time. It will crush the price of the card, right? Drive it straight into the ground. But they've managed to reprint it twice and extract like ultimate maximum reprint equity, which it feels like that's the way they're going now. And it's too much for the current era, right? There's a certain level where you need to give us a reasonable amount of reprints, or else you're just choking off the supply of cards to push prices up in a way that isn't sustainable or believable. Look at Baldur's Gate right now. Almost every card is at 0, except for a handful of dragons that have a highly inflated price tag that aren't justified by the power of the card. These are very odd market situations that we find ourselves in, right? So on top of all of these things that we're talking about, you also have wallet fatigue. So the people who can genuinely afford to buy this stuff are getting burnt out because Wizards is going at a breakneck pace. And if you don't understand why they're doing this, you have to know it's all in service to the shareholders. Wizards of the Coast was given a directive that they had to double the profits of the company in 5 years. They hit that profit. In fact, they exceeded the timeline. But this doesn't mean, oh, good job, take a rest, have a vacation. That's not how it works in the corporate world. It goes like this. We've seen what you can do it again. So now, Wizards made that profit when people were having money thrown at them, right? Governments were going, make the cash rain on everybody, and everybody's grabbing it all up going, yeah, right? So Wizards is making record profits in those times, just going, yeah, money. But that's because there was so much flowing. Now they're going to turn around after already having ramped up all of these profits and ramped up all of these products and go, you got to do it again. We're at the unsustainable point now. There is literally no way for Wizards to sell all the products they want to sell. Baldur's Gate is a great example of what we're going to see more of. Double Masters is essentially going to cannibalize maybe the entirety of the whole year, right? You've got wallet fatigue, but on top of that, you have fewer customers. You have people who are straight up walking out of the game because they can't afford it anymore. And I understand and feel for those people. I'm an example of somebody who's almost in that boat. I just had a root canal. The cost of that root canal was very, very high. I had been selling Magic cards earlier in the year going, oh, you know what? I'll have some money to buy some Magic cards that I want from new sets that are coming out. This will be sweet. This will be great. I'll get a box. I'll get whatever. You know, I'm planning. I'm saving for it. And then I realize I've got dental troubles. So I sell off some more Magic cards real quick. And then all of that money gets, boom, it's dental costs. It's gone. I don't have the money to spend on Magic anymore. Guess what? For the rest of the year, I don't have money to spend on Magic anymore. I want the Doubles Masters goodness. I look at it and go, oh, it's so delicious. So what do you do when there's things that you really desire, but you can't afford? You stay away from it. You stop looking at it. Who wants those reminders, right? So we have fewer customers as well. So you got wallet fatigue and fewer customers on top of this massive push, right? And so turning to the results that you get from this, it gets really ugly because it has a knock-on effect. People will go, yo, I'm not going to buy these expensive boxes. I'll only buy singles. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret that some people who buy singles may not have sorted out by now. Singles come from booster boxes. They don't grow on trees. The boxes have to come from somewhere. So yes, you can get Baldur's Gate cards super cheap as long as somebody else is taking that hit for you. Somebody has to take the financial hit, and it's not Wizards. Somebody along the distribution chain is paying more than they should for this stuff, opening it, getting less value, and then other people are getting that advantage. But you have to understand, then they walk. If I'm running a business and all of a sudden it's like, this is untenable, I'm going to stop. That's how it works with booster boxes. If you think to yourself, well, stores and whatever have to open booster boxes, they don't if the math says they'll lose money on it. If it goes, yo, I need to have singles available so people will buy product, but people aren't buying as much product, these singles aren't selling, I'm losing money on every box I'm opening, why am I buying all these boxes? Why am I opening all these boxes? So, less singles become available. And less boxes start selling too, because people aren't coming in for the singles. They're also not bothering to pick up the boxes. If people aren't picking up the boxes, I'm ordering fewer boxes. So the distributor starts to notice, wow, all of our customers are ordering less Magic boxes. We can't afford to tie up that much of our company's money in this product. So start buying stock of other games that are doing well. Carry more of it. So even if Magic starts to pick up speed, there will be less and less being ordered by the distributors, right? Wizards will notice this. They can only make so much product and push it out there, and they will notice that it's not selling. And what will happen is we will stop seeing second print runs of sets as well. So the cards will become scarcer. We'll have less singles. We'll have less boxes. Less boxes that get ordered means less of a supply for later with the no second run as well, which means getting these cards later down the road becomes more difficult for everybody too, right? LGSs get hammered the worst by this because a lot of people won't see what's going on in the world, and a lot of people are focused just on what's going on in their personal life. So when they walk in, whatever happens at the LGS, it doesn't matter what Wizards has done, it's the LGS, it's the greedy game store. Like, this is going to end a bunch of game stores. There's only 2,000 LGSs roughly out there, I think, that are like full-on handling Magic WPN. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of other ones outside the WPN, but what if there's like 10,000 game stores worldwide? There's a lot of places that don't have game stores, and a lot of them are on shaky legs. So this is going to just basically hammer the stores, right? And we're going to see the prices on everything just keep dropping. You think to yourself, less singles available, less boxes available? Well, that's got to push the price up. No, because at a certain point, people start to smell what's in the air and they go, whoa, wait, something's going on, man. I see everybody's getting out. My friend Billy got out. Johnny got out. Now Jamie says he's getting out. It's time for me to sell my stuff too. I'm not going to be left holding all these cards I can't play with. I might not be able to get that much money from them, but I'm just going to sell them. And then you've got people who are now selling at buy list style prices. And I mean taking 25 to 40% of the value of their cards. Because remember this, Wizards of the Coast has sold you this fantasy where you can build a fortune with your Magic cards, right? It's not the only thing they sell, but it's in there, right? That is the whole check out this moneyed game. But if everybody's just going, boom, I'm selling off, you'll realize just how non-liquid Magic cards are. Try and sell a $10 Magic card for $10 straight up. Good look, you know what I mean? Unless you're a store or you have a distribution network, nobody's going to pay you the full amount. They're going to go somewhere else to get a discount or whatever else, and it's just going to go on like that. So you're going to have people who go, these cards are zero to me. So a game store is saying, I'll pay 25% on it. Boom, here you go. And then the game store goes, people won't buy these things at these prices. And so everything just moves down and down and down, and Magic loses more of its financial prestige mode, right? And so then more people kind of trickle out, and because of the massive surge of money that flew into the game over the last couple of years, the crash we're going to see has to mathematically be the largest. It's impossible for it not to be. So I can't say exactly when it's going to happen, but it is imminent. Baldur's Gate is the craziest thing that I've ever seen in Magic the Gathering. But what's even crazier is thinking about what happens after Double Masters. Does Dominaria United just fall on its face? Does the Brothers War limp out of the gate? Does Wizards of the Coast turn around and go, these old sets aren't worth doing anymore because nobody's interested in revisiting these old worlds and we're just gonna stick to new sets? And it's all just based on the world collapsing and Double Masters cannibalizing everything. So I'll say this. I genuinely think that Magic would be far more resilient if Wizards of the Coast wasn't in full-on greed blasted mode trying again to double profits, right? So it is what it is, my friends. I'll tell you what, the next video we do is going to be a fun good times video because I'm tired of the bad times. Thanks for coming by. Big shout out to my patrons, and I will see you all in the next video.